Good afternoon. Welcome to this week's HopeCast. Today is Thursday, November the 17th. I'm your host, David Lapp. Excited to have Mark Germano, a dear friend, joining us this afternoon. Mark's been a consultant with us for about four and a half years now and has been a very powerful influence in our life. Mark's going to be sharing a story a little later here about a time when his mother experienced hope during the holiday season and how that impacted her life and Mark's life later on. We live in a world where it's so easy to be hopeless. We also live in a world where it's so easy to provide hope for other people. With all the social media and everything going on, it's so easy to be isolated, but it's also easier than ever just to reach out and be there for each other. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit about Blessings of Hope, how during the holiday seasons, how the needs ramp up and how we're able to, meet those needs during the holiday season. Going to be sharing about a volunteer program and how, school groups can come in and volunteer. Be the testimony from Mark, and then ways that you can get involved in bringing hope to people this holiday season. So in Acts 20:35, Paul writes about, "In everything I did, I showed you that by this kind of hard work we must help the weak, remembering the words of the Lord Jesus himself said, 'It is more blessed to give than to receive.'" That's in Acts 20:35. And so here at Blessings of Hope, one thing we do is we're a bridge between large corporations that have excess product and then food pantries that need that product to serve their community. And during the holiday seasons, everybody wants to reach out. Everybody wants to do, more outreaches, always looking for ways to be there for the community. And your partnership to Blessing of Hope helps make that possible. Whether that's through volunteering, through praying for the organization, your financial donations, any way that you can be involved in helping to serve the community is always a great blessing. One of the ways you can be involved is with our volunteer program. We have a program where schools can volunteer with a group of people or group of their school children, and it's always exciting when the children can get a voucher and take it home to their families, because some of these children, they might only get 1 or 2 meals on a weekend, and if we can provide them with the resources that they need to help feed their families, to help support their families, that's always a tremendous blessing to just be there for the people. Here in December, we're partnering with another organization. We believe if the ministries in this region, if we can partner with other organizations that are also reaching out to help people, we can make a greater impact together than if we all try to do our own thing. So we're partnering with the Cookie Sale to End World Hunger here in December, where we're packing cookies to holiday tray cookies that can then be given to sold to families to raise funds to support missions in Haiti, as well as Blessings of Hope. And we'll have these cookies available at our Lancaster location starting on December the 1st while supplies last. These are trays of cookies. I think they sell for $20 a tray. And if you're interested, you can stop by our location at 515 North Franklin Street in Lancaster. Otherwise, it's just another way that you can get involved here during the holiday season. Another program that we're excited to talk about is our Sharing Hope food voucher program, where anybody can sponsor a packet of vouchers. There's 10 vouchers in a packet, and you can bless a family in need with a voucher. You can, with that voucher, this family can then come into our selection center and fill a box of food. What we see is there's one level of outreach where we pack thousands of boxes on an assembly line, and everybody gets the same box. Everybody gets the same product. With this program, you can actually give the family in need a voucher, and they come and fill their own box, whatever they can put in that box. Another way you can use these is you can actually come and fill the box for the family and actually use it more as an outreach tool, where you take a box of food to somebody's house. You can sit down, bless them, answer their questions, just be there for them and help them through life. there's so many opportunities in our community, in our world, of being hope for people. More information on this program can be found on our website. If you go to blessingsofhope.com/sharinghope, it's a Sharing Hope program. With this, I'm going to turn the time over to Mark and just to hear his story about the time when his mother received a special blessing on Christmas. So, Mark, if you want to take a few minutes and just share with the group here how a seemingly insignificant gift at Christmas made a huge impact.
I sure will. Thank you, David, for having me here. It's great to be here, and it really is great to see all of you. And please listen to what David said. Many times with social media, you can get yourself into a real small world. And sometimes it can get kind of dark, and you may feel pretty isolated. But know that there are people and organizations and people that are trying to build hope. And that's one of the things I love about the name of your organizations, Blessings of Hope. Mm-hmm. Hope is, in my mind, hope is the most precious commodity in the world. Because if a man or a woman is living a life without hope, they're not going to live very long. But if they're hopeful, they can get through anything.
Yep.
Literally anything. And so you mentioned my mom. Our mom passed away this year in March. She was 94 years old. And when she was born, grew up in a town in northeast Ohio. When she was 4 years old, her father abandoned the family. So it was just her mother, herself at 4, and her brother at 2. And this is during the first Great Depression. So she grew up in a very poor household. And something that we call welfare today, they called relief then. Mm-hmm. And I kind of knew a little bit about her upbringing. I mean, at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, at Easter, we always had plenty of food. There was gifts at Christmas. We always had a Christmas tree. It was like what every regular kid would want, right? That's what I grew up with. And my older sister, my younger brother, my younger sister, we always had fun and never thought a moment about our mom or our dad or what they might have experienced. And so then Martha, my wife, and I, we were married, we had children, and our father passed away in 1992. So my siblings and I, we always made sure that even though we were in different parts of the country, Mom was going to be with one of us. She wasn't going to be by herself during the holidays. So this was 4 years after our father had passed away. This is Thanksgiving of 1996, so 26 years ago. And our younger son, Jeffrey, was in 5th grade, and he had a Thanksgiving project. He had to talk to his grandparents and find out what they remembered most about Christmas. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's Thanksgiving, and we're cleaning up, and we've had a great meal. Mom has cooked, my wife has cooked. I did a little bit, didn't burn anything that I remember. And, you know, it's just the general kind of cleanup stuff that you do after a nice big meal. And our son Jeffrey said, "Grandma, I got a project that I got to do for school." And she said, "Okay, yeah, what's that?" And I have to interview my grandparents and find out what was the best Christmas they ever had in their life. And my mom said, "Okay." And he said, "Well, Grandma, like you can't tease me. You got to tell me the truth. What was the absolute best Christmas you ever had?" And she stopped and paused a moment, and she said, "I remember the year that the relief lady gave us 2 oranges instead of 1." And I was just shocked. I was stunned.
Wow.
The most memorable Christmas that she ever had, she got 2 oranges.
Wow. You never know who you're going to reach by giving them a box of food. You never know the impact you're going to have on a family, on a couple that's struggling. I just had to think back when we were starting the ministry here back in 06, 07, we were very strapped for cash. And I remember the year we decided that we actually have enough of money to buy flour and sugar so we can make Christmas cookies. Yeah. That was about 15 years ago. So those moments, a lot of people don't think about that, but those moments have an impact on your life.
And the thing, David, that's so powerful about that is all of us have perceptions of poor people, of hungry people. And we never, or at least me, I never thought it was my mother.
Yeah.
I never thought it was my father.
It's always out there.
It's
always other people. It's
somebody
always
else.
yeah.
Somebody else. And this very simple thing, this very simple packet, to be able to help somebody with the dignity of saying, you know what, just take this voucher. Go ahead, fill a box.
Yeah.
And if that's gonna, if you know that's gonna make them uncomfortable, you take that voucher, you fill the box, you give it to them. They're not embarrassed. I've been in this work that we do together for over 40 years, and I have to say with all sincerity, very, very few people want to hand out.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, all of us need a hand up.
Yeah.
And that's what this does.
Yeah. It makes life easier, for people that don't know where their next meal is going to come from.
Right.
And it's a simple way to get involved in somebody's life. This is an opportunity that we have to actually impact somebody's life and start a relationship with these people that we might have never had. And we never know where that's going to go.
And we don't know who necessarily needs it and how it could impact their life. Because of that conversation in 1996, my life took a much different course. So that was over 26 years ago, and that influenced the future direction of my life, because at that particular time in my life, I thought, I don't know how much longer I want to do this work. It's a lot of work, it's really hard, and I could just be making a whole lot of other money doing something else.
Yeah, I've had those thoughts already too. Sometimes you wonder, are we crazy to keep on growing, because that's just going to make more work. But hey,
exactly.
Sometimes you just got to do what God called you to do and enjoy it. And we have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Moving on here. Giving Tuesday is coming up November the 29th. So our goal is to raise $500,000 on Giving Tuesday for Blessings of Hope. You can donate on our website, blessingsofhope.com/Giving Tuesday. We're going to have fresh cookies and hot chocolate and coffee at our different locations just to mingle with people. So if you just want to stop by and chat about Blessings of Hope, what we do, how you can get involved, make a donation, any way that you want to be involved, or any way we can answer questions or anything like that, we're happy to just communicate. We love questions. We believe there's no question that can't be answered, or no dumb question, or there's always an answer for every question that's out there. Sometimes the answer is, I don't know, I'll find out. And sometimes, we figure things out as we go. So do you have any comments on Giving Tuesday, Mark, and how that impacts nonprofits? You've been in this field for years.
Yeah, I sure do, David. Thank you. I'm going to invite the skeptics that are watching this, the people who are really, is this really true? Take the time on Giving Tuesday. Go to any one of the locations that Blessings of Hope is operating in. Go in there, have a cookie, have a cup of coffee, have some hot chocolate, and ask your questions. Ask the questions that are in your mind that's giving you doubt, because I think you'll find, and I certainly did in my conversations with David and with Steve and Jake and Aaron and everybody else associated with the organization, when I asked my questions, they answered them. And just like you said, David, sometimes the answer was, I got to get back to you. But you did. You didn't leave me hanging there. And what Giving Tuesday allows us to do, it allows us to celebrate all of the wonderful benefits and the blessings that God has given us. And the easiest thing to give away is your money. It seems crazy, but we have time, talent, and treasure. And unless you have something special going on in your life, I only have 24 hours in my day, right?
I've had a few days with 25 hours, either when I'm flying cross country or when there's a time change. That's about the only time you get 25 hours a day. But
that's it.
Yeah.
So if by giving a little bit of your treasure, you're helping people, and they'll never know you've helped them. But you'll feel better about yourself, and you're going to affect the community and more importantly, you're going to build hope in the community.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always looking for ways to bring hope to the community, and this is just one way that you can be involved and help bring hope to people in need. Quote by Norman Cousins, "The capacity for hope is the most significant fact of life. It provides human beings with a sense of destination and the energy to get started." Mm-hmm. Sometimes all we need in life is to get started. Sometimes you wake up in the morning, there's so many opportunities for despair, but if you can get started in hope, if you can get started believing that God has a plan for your day, you take that step and you start out. You got to start somewhere. So thanks for joining us today on HopeCast. Thank you, Mark, for being a part of this. Appreciate it. I'm David Lapp, the host here. I'm also CEO at Blessings of Hope. Learn more about Blessings of Hope. You can go to blessingsofhope.com. Learn about all the ways that you can get involved in serving the community through Blessings of Hope. So God bless you. Remember, you can bring hope to the people that you meet every day.
Happy Thanksgiving, David.